It's a fantastic role to play, and it's an iconic role. And like I said, you know, being from England, you are constantly surrounded by the myth and the legend. And my parents live just outside of Winchester, which is where Arthur is supposedly to have been buried, and the Round Table could have been. And then we used to travel to Cornwall every year, and on the way you pass a place called Tintagel, which is where Castle Pendragon could have been. So you're constantly surrounded by this myth, and then, you know, being able and being offered the role of this figure that you know so well in your head I feel so honoured and really very blessed to be able to do that, but also to bring my own take on it and bring a sort of reality to the role as well. That was more exciting for me, I think, than anything else, because we've seen so much in the past of finding this, you know, king as already you know, instated in his role, already a man, already big and brutish and a warrior. But you've got to understand that if this character did exist, because there's no historical fact that he did exist, but if he did, he would have been a boy at some point. He would have had to grow up, and how did he grow up, and what shaped him into the man that people know so well in their heads? And that's what really drew me to this story particularly. I think the progression of every character is something that I find fascinating. From episode 1 to episode 10, people change. They go through so much, whether it be Arthur, whether it be his brother Kay, you know, Guinevere, Leontes, all these characters just grow and mature, and I don't think I've seen that in a 10-part television series before, and that's really, I think, a very key point for our show, is that the people that you see in episode 1 are not the same emotional people that you're going to see in episode 10. So we had a month of boot camp where we're on the lawn every day, where we're training, we've got swords, we're with the stunt guys, and then we'd go and horse ride, and that was really fun. You know, it gave us an opportunity as a group and as a mass body of people to be able to connect with each other before we had to start shooting, because there's nothing worse than going in, you know, on your first day, you've met the guy that's playing your brother maybe 3 days before, you're like, hi, I'm Jamie, oh, hi, I'm Peter, okay, action, you're like, how am I meant to have a connection with this person, like, that's going to be realistic? So that was great. There was a lot of physical work, particularly in episode 2. The character has to climb, Arthur has to climb a waterfall, and that was great fun. Like, all that kind of stuff I really love. It's like being 12 years old again. I mean, it's boys with toys, and we just had such a blast doing it. Yes, we got hurt, yes, you know, it was literally blood, sweat and tears, but that's part of the joy of it, because if you don't go home at the end of the day feeling like maybe you have exerted yourself or challenged yourself in some way, then you're just going to go home feeling like, Well, we get to see, like I said, we get to see the maturity, particularly of Arthur, from sort of, you know, older teenager to a king, or to the beginnings of what people now have in their mind as who he might be. We get to see the Sword and the Stone, we get to see Lady in the Lake, we get to see the beginnings of a Round Table, but kind of unlike anything you've seen before.